Offline, go, go! This year sees the 25th anniversary of the launch of the world's favourite sports car, Mazda's simply brilliant MX-5.
Well, Offline Go-Go was Mazda's skunk works. It was their secretive R&D department. In 1983 was tasked with the Mazda lightweight sports car project. But really the credit for the MX-5 should go to a guy called Bob Hall. And he was a Japanese-speaking American motoring journalist who had floated the idea to Mazda's top brass that they should perhaps build a small, reliable, classically styled roadster way back in 1976. The first concept for the MX-5 was actually penned at Mazda's brand new in-house design studio in California and given the code name Project P729.
So what was the inspiration? Well, Mazda really appreciated the driving dynamics of classic British sports cars, so they bought a Lotus Elan to evaluate, and then they bought a second when it broke down. They bought an MGB too, took it apart, measured everything, even the way it sounds. See, Mazda knew there was a market for this classic sports car, but it had to be reliable.
Of course, the British connection goes far beyond the styling. In fact, the very first prototype was built in Sussex, England by a company called International Automotive Designs, using bits from the Mazda part bins such as RX-7, bits of 929 Saloon, bits of 323. They had a backbone chassis which they clothed in plastic panels. They gave it a perky little twin cam engine, and they even had pop-up headlights just like the Elan.
Masataka Matsui, head of Mazda's Technical Research Centre, wanted to judge public opinion before deciding to take the project any further. So they shipped the prototype over to California, and the people of Santa Barbara went absolutely wild for it. People were stopping the cars to take photographs. There was one incident where they'd actually lost the key and they were being mobbed because people wanted to see the car, work out what it was. So it's a great success. The car lost the plastic panels to make it a bit more production friendly, and the car went ahead into production. The MX-5 was born.
So we know it as the MX-5, which actually comes from the prototype's designation as Mazda Experimental Vehicle number 5. But you may better know it as the Yunos in Japan or the Miata in the United States. And of course, the car was designed for the American market because by 1981, all the traditional British little roadsters like the Triumph Spitfire, TR7, MG Midget and the MGB had all ceased production. But it went on to be a global hit, and they've sold nearly 1 million of these now, and it's a car that continues to evolve.
So that's the history, here's the evolution. The Mark I went on sale in 1989. It's powered by a 1.6 litre twin cam 16 valve engine delivering about 115 bhp. 0 to 60 takes about 9 seconds, which isn't particularly impressive, but this car was all about how it makes you feel. It takes no great commitment to drive it like this, it's simply good fun. I think it's also worth mentioning this particular example is my own, and it might not impress the purists given the tatty rotten state that it's in, but what I love about this car is just about everything can be fixed with a roll of duct tape and a 12mm spanner. I bought this for a banger rally about 6 or 7 years ago with the intention of killing it, and like a cockroach it just refuses to die, but unlike a cockroach I absolutely bloody love it. So there's plenty of potential for modifying these cars, and this one is actually standard. One thing you can do if you're a Mark I owner without an airbag is this. The steering wheel boss is pig ugly. Rip it off. Underneath is a really, really nice Momo wheel. The Mark II was launched in '99, a little wider and a little heavier. The pop-up headlamps no longer met crash test regulations, so in comes a more aerodynamic shape. The 1.8 gets 140 bhp. In 2003, Mazda made, for Japan only, 179 examples of the MX-5 Coupe. That's right, hardtop. Very rare, in fact so rare we haven't got one here today for our photo lineup. The Mark III was launched in 2005 with very little carried over from previous models. New engines again, a 1.8 and a 2 litre with 158 bhp. Again, not really about the stats, they're not particularly impressive numbers, but still a great fun car to drive. The styling for this particular model was led by Moray Callum, who is brother of Ian Callum, who designs Jags and Astons and the like. My geeky MX-5 friends will confirm that the side indicator repeater lamps are pretty much the only part carried over. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. In 2006, Mazda launched a folding metal hardtop coupe convertible, which only weighed an extra 36 kilos, so it's quite an impressive piece of engineering. Mazda really trying to keep the weight down and stick with that Jinba Etai, horse and rider as one nonsense.
That's not the whole story. There have been numerous special editions from the Mazda factory, but the MX-5 has also been a massive favourite of those people that like to improve their cars, modify them, customise them, and this is a brilliant example. This is a Mazda MX-5 Speedster, inspired by a one-off concept car that Mazda did build but never put into production. It's been slammed and stanced, and the screen has been cut down, the seating position is right on the floor pan, and these beautifully engineered cut down windows, it really is a thing of beauty. The detailing is absolutely spot on. He's actually put a Jackson Racing supercharger kit on this as well, which puts out 170 brake horsepower, and it feels absolutely fantastic. It's a shame they never did build it. So whilst the Speedster was probably the ultimate modification in terms of styling, this car has got the engine the MX-5 probably always deserved. It started life as an M edition, a Californian import with quite a few toys on it, but it's now got a 1.3 rotary engine from the RX-8 under the bonnet, putting out about 240 brake horsepower. So that's twice the power it would have had out the factory. But also, the Wankel engine being much lower and much lighter and much further set back has given it almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and it handles much better because of a lower centre of gravity. And the thing just loves to rev. It is absolutely fantastic. They should have built this. Williamsons have been big supporters of the MX-5 race series, first in the Mark I and now in this modified Mark III. Regulations are strict, but around 180 brake horsepower has been liberated from this ex-road car thanks to its custom exhaust system. Its stripped interior and Kevlar body panels have also shaved about 200 kilos from its curb weight. This MX-5 is definitely no hairdresser's car. The beauty of the MX-5 is its balance. It has one of the best gear changes you'll ever experience. It has decent brakes, it has delicate steering and performance that anyone can enjoy. And because you don't have huge dollops of power or grip, you can drive it flat out pretty much all the time. These cars get raced in one make series, they get drifted, they get tracked, and they even have their very own class in hill climbs and sprints. They're affordable, robust, rewarding and just, well, massive fun. So with the Mark IV MX-5 on the horizon, you can bet that they won't change that winning formula too much. I mean, it's won 1 million fans across the world, hasn't it? And we're definitely fans of the MX-5. I own one.
I own one.
That's yours.
I own one.
Very good. He's had one, and I'm sure there's plenty of viewers here that have owned one or would like to own one in the future.
But what happened to the competition? I mean, it is, I wouldn't say it's the world's best sports car, but I think it's certainly the world's favourite.
Yes, world's favourite. I think we'll be clear about that.
What happened to the S2000?
Well, Well, it was a great car, wasn't it? It was a bit wayward, the early versions, and of course they don't make it anymore now, do they? They don't make the MR2 anymore. A lot of them have fallen by the wayside. MGF, do they still make them?
I think the Shanghai Automotive Earwax Company might make you one if you ask them nicely. I'm not sure. I will be asking them.
Clinging on by the
bits of back to front Metro. Yeah, clever engineering, but yeah, very, very dated now. And of course, you can look at the natural successor to the Elan being the Elise, which is a car we all absolutely love, but they're not cheap to buy and
nor
they're
the
not cheap to run.
Nor the Boxster, which is a great car as well. But no, you really are struggling to get anything close to this. The bang for the buck. They are brilliant little things, aren't they?
What do you love about them?
I like the gearbox, to be honest. It's my favourite bit. It's a little snickety-snick gearbox, which apparently was based on the E-Type Jag. I also like the wheels, which are, to me, smack of the 60s Mini Light. So I think there's little British sports car touches I really do like. But the fact that it starts every morning and doesn't leak like a sieve is also...
Should we talk about rust? Because what's not to like, it really is.
It's the R word, isn't it?
It's a real pity that Mazda didn't persevere with the plastic panels of the prototype like the Elan, because really rust is the killer. In fact, UNOS is a Japanese word for rust or ferrous oxide.
I'm not quite sure that's correct. I will
Google
that when I get home. But even if they do rust away, like yours is about to, they do live on as kit cars, don't they? I mean, Westfield have got a single donor kit, and I know the gearboxes are used in the new Morgan three-wheeler. And ironically, the engines are quite often finding their way back into MGBs as a more, reliable and less agricultural replacement for the 1800s that they have.
And so things come full circle. Are you a fan? Did we miss something? Tell us what you think, and thank you for watching.